सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम्
Yeah. Good morning and namaskaram.
Namaste, sir.
Yeah. Audio is clear?
Yes, sir. Namaste. Yes.
Okay. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritav Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnur Gurur Devo Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Vasudeva Sudam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrtavarshiniim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva Manusandadami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshiniim Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pullaravindayada Patranetra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajwalito Jnanamaya Pradipah Prapannaparijataya Totra Vetraikapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gita Mrtaduhe Namaha Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogdha Gopalanandanaha Partho Vatsasudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gita Mrtam Mahad Vasudevasutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Bhishmadronatata Jayadratha Gandhara Nilopala Shalyagrahapati Kripena Vahani Karnena Velakula Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Magara Duryodhana Vartini Sotirna Khalu Pandavai Rananadi Kaivartagah Keshavaha Parasharyavachas Sarojamamalam Gītārtha-gandhotkadam Nānākhyānaka-kesaram Harikada Sambodhana Bodhitam Loke Sajjana Shatpadairaharaha Pepīyamanam Muda Bhūyād Bharata Pankajam Kalimala Pradham Sinashreyase Mūkam Karoti Vācālam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yatkrapātamaham Vande Paramanandamadhavam Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marudastunnandi Divyaistavaihi Vedais Sangapadakramopaniषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः. Om. Good morning and namaskaram to all. So we have been discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So we have completed up to chapter number 13. We finished in our last Saturday's last session. So today we are starting the 14th chapter, Guna-Thraya Vibhaaga Yoga. So far we have seen and we have understood that the Prakriti is the Brahma Shakti. Prakriti is the Brahma Shakti. Right? So, when this Prakriti, when it starts vibrating, then it splits into the three gunas, and the various combinations of these three gunas, they are manifested. Again I repeat, when the gunas, they mix up in various proportions, they form mind and then this universe, okay, as various objects of this universe. When we clearly understand the secret, okay, when we understand the gunas very clearly, then we will be able to drop these gunas and we will transcend to Guna-Tita. Okay, so we should know. See, in the previous chapter, Bhagavan explained as Kshetram and Kshetrajna. Here, Prakriti and Purusha. So, we should know that this Prakriti is the Kshetram and Purusha is the Kshetrajna. Similarly, we use various words, Jadam and Chaitanyam. Right? So all the same, we are using, Bhagavan is using various terms to express the same thing. Right? So here Bhagavan starts with Guna-Traya Vibhaaga Yoga. We will start with the first verse. Sri Bhagavanu Vacha Param Bhuyah Pravakshyami Jnananam Jnanamuttamam Yatnyatva Munayas Sarve Param Siddhimito Gataha. One more time. Param Bhuyah Pravakshyami Jnananam Jnanamuttamam Yatnyatva Munayas Sarve Param Siddhimito Gataha. Bhagavan said, Yat Jnatva, by knowing which, Sarve Munayaha, all those who have realized the truth, Itaha Param Siddhim Gataha. Itaha means from the bondage of the samsaram, Itaha, from this place, from here, from the place where there is bondage of samsaram, which is always dukkhamayam it is full of sufferings. From there, liberated, they got liberated. Param Siddhim Gataha, they have attained the supreme state. Thus they have attained the yoga sthiti and a state of fulfillment, tripti. So all the munayaha, all those, the rishis or those who have enlightened or jnanis, they have Param Siddhim Gataha. Right, from here, Itaha Param Siddhim Gataha Sarve Munayaha Yatnyatva, by knowing which, that Jnananam Uttamam Param Jnanam, the supreme knowledge, the best, the most auspicious thing the auspicious jnanam among all jnanams, that is Atma Jnanam, Bhuyaha Pravakshyami. Bhagavan says, Bhuyaha Pravakshyami. I will tell you again, I will repeat the same thing. So Bhagavan last 13 chapters was explaining the same jnanam only, right? Tattvamasi, he is explaining Tattvamasi Aham Brahmasmi, the same jnanam he is explaining in various ways. Now here Bhagavan says, I will discuss again, Bhuyaha Pravakshyami. See, we know Atma Jnanam is the supreme knowledge. It is the most auspicious among all knowledges. All other knowledges, like the knowledge of science, the knowledge of anything else, mathematics or science, the knowledge of music, everything is good, but they are all limited. We pursue in that knowledge for happiness, but the happiness that we get is limited. Limited means happiness leads to sorrow and again comes back happiness. So like that, this roller coaster thing is there in all other worldly knowledge. Okay, but along with that knowledge, we should have Atma Jnanam. Without Atma Jnanam, all other knowledge is a waste. Atma Jnanam alone is the supreme knowledge by which all the rishis, all the muniyah, all the jnanis, etc., the enlightened people, they have crossed the samsaram. That again I am going to explain in the form of Guna-Thraya Vibhaaga Yogaha. This is the chapter name. So we know that we have already discussed about this Prakriti and Purushaha. Prakriti, what is this Prakriti? Prakriti is the appearance of the Purusha only, right? Prakriti or the names and forms that appear in Purusha is created because of the gunas. Okay, the gunas. So that is why Bhagavan says this Prakriti is guna, trigunatmika. Trigunatmika. Prakriti is trigunatmika. In one of the discussions we discussed about the Swarupam and Swabhavam. Remember, Swarupam is our true nature. Swabhavam is the Prakriti which appears. Okay, which appears. So the names and forms that appear in consciousness is called Prakriti, and the appearance of this Prakriti is because of the gunas of the Prakriti. Okay, gunas of the Prakriti. So three gunas we know: Sattva guna, Rajo guna and Tamo guna. When we understand this gunas, what are the by which this Prakriti is consists of, we will be able to overcome and drop them or transcend. We have to become from tamasic to rajasic and from rajogunam to the sattvagunam and transcend the sattvagunam. That is a process. But for that we should know the gunas. Then only we can be gunatitaha. To be a gunatita, who will transcend this gunas will need to know what are the gunas. We should know the in and out of this gunas. We should know very clearly. That is why this chapter is named as Guna-Thraya Vibhaaga Yogaha. So in the first verse, Param Bhuyah Pravakshyami, Bhagavan says, Sri Bhagavanu Vacha Jnana Param Bhuyah Pravakshyami Jnananam Jnanamuttamam Yatnyatva Munayas Sarve Param Siddhimito Gataha. Bhagavan said, I shall again declare that the supreme knowledge, the best of all forms of knowledge, by knowing which all the sages have crossed or passed from this samsaram to the highest perfection. So we will move to the second verse. Idam jnanamupasritya mama sadharmyamagataha sargepi nopajayante pralaye na vyathanti cha. Idam jnanamupasritya mama sadharmyamagataha sargepi nopajayante pralaye na vyathanti te. Idam jnanam, this knowledge which is the most auspicious, this atma jnanam, brahma jnanam, upasritya. Upasritya means take refuge in. Okay, sharanam, total surrender to this knowledge by practicing and assimilating this knowledge, that is upasritya. So idam jnanam upasritya, by taking refuge in this knowledge, mama sadharmyam agataha, those who have attained unity with me, those who have merged in me, okay, that is sadharmyam. Sadharmyam means vastu swarupa anubhavam. Sadharmyam means swarupa anubhavam, understanding the knowledge and assimilating the knowledge and experiencing it, that is sadharmyam. So sadharmyam, that is vastu sadharmyam means vastu swarupa anubhavam. Vastu means brahmam. Okay, so brahma swarupa anubhavam, brahma anubhavam. Sadharmyam agataha means those who have reached the brahma sthiti, then sarge api na upajayante, na pralaye, pralaye na vyathanti, vyathanti cha. Sarge, what is sargam? Sargam means creation. So they never get deluded by the creation. Creation means all that which is appearing, the natural. Sargam means it is creation is what is, it is the natural process of this prakriti, which we discussed earlier also. It is a thing that is naturally whatever is happening in the prakriti. That is, one form changes into another. One form of energy changed into another form of energy. Okay, one appears, the other disappears. That's all. So this appearance is called creation or sargam, and the disappearance is called pralayam or destruction or whatever you call it. So the disappearance is pralayam. So when pralaya happens, na vyathanti, they are not disturbed or they are not in grief. Who? Those having taken refuge in the wisdom. Those who have assimilated this knowledge, this jnanam, one who has assimilated this, they don't get deluded by the birth and death or the sargam or pralayam, because it is so clear to them that there is no creation nor destruction. It appears and disappears. Adavantau jayannasti vartamanepi tattatha, which is not there in the beginning, which is not there in the end. Vartamanepi tattatha. Now also it is not there. It just appears and disappears like the dream. Like whatever you see a movie in a screen. Like that, we call it sargam. We call it birth and death. But truly speaking, there is no birth or death to me, because my true nature is Atma. Okay, but for the Prakriti, in Prakriti, this constantly this happens. Appearance and disappearance happens. Okay, so that is what Bhagavan says. Those who understand this Prakriti and the Trigunas, we should know the Trigunas also, right? And then can be withdrawn, can drop the gunas. This is called Prakriti Moksham. In the previous verse, Bhagavan said, no, in the 31st previous chapter, last verse. What is that? Bhuta Prakriti Moksham cha. Liberation or freedom from the Prakriti. Right? That Prakriti Moksham. Liberation from the gunas. Okay? Liberation from the gunas, from this Prakriti, is what is promised. So those who understand the Trigunas and the Prakriti, then withdrawing, no more, they don't get deluded by the Prakriti itself. What is the nature of this Prakriti? Sargam and Pralayam. That is the nature of this Prakriti. Okay, you can call it a Maya. Okay, appearance and disappearance that is happening. There, those who know this truth, those who take refuge in this truth, they don't get deluded by it. So then that knowledge, what it teaches us? It teaches this knowledge. When this knowledge is assimilated, then there is no death to me. I don't die, you don't die, and nobody dies here. That is knowledge. Bhagavan said, no, in the second chapter, Natvevaham jatunasam natvam neme janadibaha nachaiva na bhavishyamaha sarve vayamatah param. This is the level. So in second chapter, 12th verse, it is Natvevaham jatunasam natvam neme janadibaha. Neither me, nor you, nor this, all of this kings. Okay? Natvam neme janadibaha. All of that. Whoever you see Arjuna here, nobody is going to die. Nachaiva na bhavishyamaha. Not that they will disappear tomorrow. They will die tomorrow. Never. Okay? Nobody dies here. Nachaiva na bhavishyamaha sarve maya mataparam. So this is the effect of that knowledge. This is the assimilation of the knowledge will bring out this, so that there is a clear understanding. There is no pralaya, there is no sargam. We'll move to the third verse, 14.3. Mama yonir mahad brahma tasmin garbham dadhamyaham sambhava sarva bhutanam tato bhavati bharata. One more time. Mama yonir mahad brahma tasmin garbham dadhamyaham sambhava sarva bhutanam tato bhavati bharata. Hey Bharata, Arjuna, Mama yonihi mahad brahma. Here Mama, when Bhagavan says Mama, we have to remember that the Mama means here, it is the Vishwa Prana. Okay, the cosmic energy. We have to realize, we have to understand it is the cosmic energy. You can connect with Vishwarupa. Vishwarupa Darshanam, which Bhagavan said, me as everything here. Okay, so the everything here that appears as many is originally in the subtle form, Sukshmam. It is called energy, cosmic energy, Vishwa Prana. Vishwa Prana means cosmic energy. Everything is only energy. When it is in the Sukshma Rupam, it is called Vishwa Prana. Mama Yonihi Mahad Brahma means this Vishwa Prana is born from Mahad Brahma. So the Yonihi or the Garbham is Mahad Brahma. So Vishwa Prana is created or is born from Mahad Brahma. So the Mahad Brahma is the womb of this cosmic energy. Okay. So this cosmic energy means what? You, me, the plants, animals, and whatever you are seeing here, all the celestials, etc. In its original form, in its Sukshma Rupam, it is the energy. Okay. Subtle energy. Even modern science also goes to the same theory only. If you read quantum energy or quantum theory, etc., you will come to know that everything is just energy. Right? Energy in its Sukshma Rupam. This cosmic energy has come from the womb of Mahat Brahma, means from consciousness. Everything arises in consciousness. That consciousness is Mahat Brahma. Mahat Brahma. Okay. Then Tasmin, in that Brahman, Garbham Dadami, I remain as the seed. He means Vishwaprana. I remain as the seed in that Garbham. Tataha, Tataha. From that seed, from that Garbham, from that seed, Sarva Bhutanam Sambhavaha Bhavati. Sarva Bhutanam, all that is moving, unmoving, etc. All of them, Sambhavaha Bhavati. They are born, or they appears, or they are created from this Mahat Yonihi, from this Mahat Brahma. So, which is from, so what is the process? Mahat Brahma, that is Brahman or consciousness, it is the same. Then the Vishwaprana, the energy, the cosmic energy, and all the objects of this universe, whatever we see here, including this body. So this body, along with all the other bodies and everything that we perceive with our sense organs, all of that is born out of Vishwaprana, that Sukshma energy, and that energy appears or is created in consciousness. Okay, so the sequence is Brahman, consciousness, energy, and the Sthulam. Sukshmam is energy, Sthulam is whatever you are seeing. You are seeing, smelling, tasting, etc. With your sense organs, with our sense organs, whatever we perceive in this universe is the matter in its gross form, and the same matter in its subtle form is the energy, and that energy is born or is created or is appears in consciousness. Okay, so that is what Bhagavan says here. Mama yonir mahad brahma tasmin garbham dadhamyaham sambhava sarva bhutanam tato bhavati bharata. This Vishwapranan, okay, this Vishwapranan is also called Sattva Buddhi. Okay, Mahattattvam, another word is used. Hiranyagarbha is another word which is used. Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha is same as this cosmic energy. Okay, all put together, the whole energy of this universe put together is cosmic energy, which is also called Hiranyagarbha. It is also called Sattva Buddhi. Why? Because that in its Sukshma form, the energy is full of Sattva Gunam. Okay, it is full of Sattva Gunam, Sattvic Guna. We will explain in detail what is Sattva Gunam, what is Rajo Gunam, what is Tamo Gunam. All that we will be explaining. Right? So Bhagavan discusses that, all that, the whole chapter is that only. So now we understand that we should know that this cosmic energy is in its sattvic form. That is why it is called Sattva Buddhi. It is called Sattva Buddhi. It is the same as Hiranyagarbha or Brahma. Okay, the Puranic Brahmaji, that is also same as Hiranyagarbha only. So, or Prajapati is another word. These are all similar only. There is not much difference between Prajapati, Hiranyagarbha, Brahma and Vishwaprana, etc. Okay, so it is called the Sattva Buddhi. Another name for this, Hiranyagarbha. It is full of sattvic qualities. Okay, so as per Vedanta, there is a state between the energy and Brahman. Okay, it is called Avyaktam. It is Avyakta Dasha because it is an unmanifested state. Okay, in Vedanta it is called Avyaktam or Maya, all that we can call it. So from that Avyaktam, Avyaktadini Bhutani Vyaktamadhyani Bharata, there is one sloka also. So that from that Avyaktam, this cosmic energy is formed. So in between this Brahman and cosmic energy, there is a state called avyaktam, unmanifested state. Okay, so also called Maya. Also, it is called Maya. Here, these gunas, the sattva, rajas, tamo gunas are balanced. Okay, and when the three gunas in this subtle energy, this when Vishwa Prana, the first thing that arises is the sattva guna. Okay, from that there is an imbalance happens in this energy, in this gunas, three gunas. When there is an imbalance in these gunas, first there will be a sattva gunam which will dominate. Okay, there is a dominance of sattva guna, and then that energy starts vibrating, and slowly the indriyas are formed, which we will explain in the next coming verse. So in this verse, what we have to understand is that the Brahman is like a mother's womb, and the Vishwa Prana is the Bijam in the womb, from where this universe is created or the universe is born. I hope it is clear. We'll move to if you have any doubt, please note down. At the end we can discuss. Okay. Fourth verse. Sarva yonishu kaunteya murtaya sambhavantiyaha tasam brahma mahadyonihi aham bijah pradah pita. Sarva yonishu kaunteya murtaya sambhavantiyaha tasam brahma mahadyonihi aham bijah pradah pita. Hey Kaunteya, hey Arjuna, Kunti Putra, Sarva Yonishu, in all the Garbham or all the Udbhava Sthanam, okay, where creation happens, Sarva Yonishu means wherever there is creation happening. Understand that. Sarva Yonishu, in all the Udbhava Sthanam, in all the wombs, Yaha Murtayaha, whichever forms arise, whichever forms we experience, whichever forms, names and forms, the form, whichever form appears in Sarva Yonishu, Tasam, all these, Mahat Yonihi Brahma. Okay, that will come. Aham Bija Pradaha Pita. Me here means Vishwarupa. I am the Vishwarupa or Vishwapranan. I am the father. Bija Pradaha Pada. Who gives the seeds? Okay. Who gives? I am Bija Pradaha. Who is giving the seed? I am the Pita. I am the father for all the yonis. So wherever there is a seed in this universe, okay, from where all the objects are created, all objects are appearing, I am the Pita. Okay, Aham Bija Pradapita, and Mahat Tasam Mahadyonihi Brahma. And the root cause of this me or that Vishwaprana is Brahma. So Brahma is the Pitamaha. He is the grandfather. Brahman, not Brahma. Okay, not Brahmaji here. Brahman, consciousness. Brahman is the Pitamaha. Please don't confuse with Brahma, Brahman. So Brahman is the Pitamaha, and from this Brahman, from this consciousness, the father, that is the energy, cosmic energy, Vishwaprana, and from this Vishwaprana gives bijam, seeds into all the wombs in this universe. Okay, so whatever you see, Sarva Bhutanam, earlier we said, all that which is moving, which is not moving, okay, let it be humans, plants, animals, the water world, or the various objects in this galaxies, etc. All of that, moving, unmoving, everything has come from the wombs where the Vishwaprana has given bijam, seeds. So everything is arising from the Vishwaprana alone. Understand? Vishwaprana, that cosmic energy. That is, cosmic energy is the subtle form of all that matter that appears here, and the Vishwaprana appears or created by the Pitamaha, that Mahadyonihi, Brahma. So that Brahman consciousness is the grandfather of all. Okay, so that is how we have to understand. So you take an ocean as cosmic energy, and all that bubbles or the waves that form in an ocean, you take it as all the other Sarva Yonishu, means all the bhutas here, and the ocean is the energy, the cosmic energy. You compare this like an ocean and bubbles, or ocean and waves. Okay, so all the waves, small, big, and bubbles, etc., they are the objects of this world, and the ocean, from where it arises, the ocean, take it ocean as the cosmic energy in this context. Then these and the waves and bubbles which form, they are the jivas here. Okay, so the jivas, the bubbles, you compare with the bubbles, and the ocean as the cosmic energy, the Vishwapranan. Okay, so these jivas are formed, they pick up gunas. Okay, so the energy, so it is slightly technical, though. So this energy which has got the three gunas, okay, sattva guna, rajo guna, and tamo guna. So this jiva which is dominant, which dominates any particular guna, will have the sattvic prana, it will become, and some are rajasic prana, rajasic jivas, and some will be tamasic jivas. You can see that in this universe, you will see some are dominated by sattva guna, other two gunas are also there. Some are rajo guna, other two gunas are also there, but not as dominant as the other one, the rajo guna. Similarly, some jivas are tamasic. Okay, in them also there is sattva guna and rajo guna is there, but they are not as dominant as the tamo guna. So the jivas means all the objects of this world that you see here, humans, animals, plants, everything, all will have, each one will be dominated by either sattva guna or rajo guna or tamo guna. So then where is this gunas located? Inside this cosmic energy only. Okay, so it starts vibrating because the jiva, it has an inherent sattva guna, it takes from this energy and it becomes a sattvic jiva. Okay, it is all there embedded inside the jiva only. So sattvic jivas, rajasic jivas, and tamasic jivas. Okay, so these three types of people are there in various combinations. Three types of people mean jivas. Okay, humans, animals, all of them. So this is how the creation happens inside the cosmic energy itself. Okay. Sarvayonishu kaunteya murtaya sambhavandiyaha tasam brahma mahadyonihi aham bija pradapidan. See, this you can see, when in various among humans also you will see some are having sattva gunam pradhanam, some are having tamasic nature also, and some are rajo guna, Sattvic quality, which we will explain in detail later, but simply when we can say Sattva Guna means purity, quietude, peace, and the urge to know. The urge to know. Know means what? Know Atma Jnanam. Okay? Those who are desiring to have this Atma Jnanam, and those who have purity in their heart to a certain extent, and quietude, Shanti, Samadhanam is there in them. So that is the Sattva Guna. Rajoguna means lot of passion, passionate to earn, to work, with a lot of ahankara, of course. So that is Rajogunam. Okay, and Tamogunam is inertia and dull, and but lot of desires. Okay, lot of desires, but inertia will not move. Okay, so such characters you can see in all species, among humans, animals, everywhere you can see these qualities, these sattva, rajas, tamo gunas. So these are the qualities which are there in these jivas. Now you can combine all this, whatever we discussed so far. These three qualities with the various proportions you can see in these jivas, and they are born from this same energy only. So the gunas are all embedded in the same energy only, and this jivas, out of dominance, they bring out the gunas from them, and they take a form and they start moving around. Okay, so all this happens in the realm of energy, in the realm of energy or prakriti. All this is there inside the prakriti only. All these are happening here only in this prakriti. Okay, it has got nothing to do with the Brahman. Even though all of this prakriti is appearing in Brahman, Brahman is untouched by it. It is like how the mirage water appears on a desert. The water cannot wet even a single grain of sand. The appearance of something without causing any change to the original. Okay, this is called a vivartavada. So similarly, this prakriti is an appearance in this purusha without causing anything to the, without causing any change to the purusha. And all of this changes or the formation, destruction, all that is happening is in the realm of energy, in the name of prakriti, in this cosmic energy level. All this is happening. That is, the names and forms are changing. Okay, now you can, I hope, since you have been listening to this again and again, we will be able to connect all this. All the ornaments, it can change from necklace to a ring to a chain or a bangles, whereas the gold remains alone. The purity of the gold is untouched, right? Whereas the forms change, the names and forms constantly change. Okay, whereas without causing any change to Brahman, this universe appears and disappears. So prakriti is an appearance in Purusha. Why it is appearing? It is all because of the gunas embedded, impregnated inside the prakriti itself. Okay, so we are now going to explore that gunas. Fifth sloka. Sattvam rajas tama iti guna prakriti sambhavaha nibadhnanti mahabaho dehe dehinam avyayam. Now here Bhagavan starts. Now the discourse on the guna starts. So Bhagavan continues. Sattvam rajas tama iti gunaha prakriti sambhavaha nibadhnanti mahabaho dehe dehinam avyayam. Hey Mahabaho, Arjuna, great warrior, Sattvam, Rajaha, Tamaha iti. Sattvam, very clear. Sattva gunam, Rajo gunam, Tamo gunam. Prakriti sambhavaha gunaha. These are all born out of Prakriti. Okay? All this we discussed earlier. So the same thing, these are all born out of Prakriti. Avyayam dehinam. Okay? Avyayam dehinam. This dehi means consciousness. Bodham. Avyayam dehinam dehe nibaddhananti. This they bind the body. Okay? They are bound in the body. They bind this bodham. This jiva. Here jiva. Hey Arjuna, sattvam, rajas, tamas, gunas, which are born out of Prakriti, they bind the self to the body. See, it appears to be confusing, but there will be no confusion. We will understand it. Okay? So, this Prakriti which has this Sattri gunas, they bind the self, the indestructible self, imperishable self to the body. So we saw that the cosmic energy as a whole, it vibrates with saying I am, like that. That is pure Sattva Guna. Okay? And the same I am is there in all jivas also. The same, when it is as a whole universe energy or the cosmic energy, the aham, I am, is pure sattvic, because I as a whole, I am complete. Okay? There is a beautiful verse in Malayalam. Ananda chinmaya hare gopika ramana jnananna bhavamad tonaika venamiha tonunnadakil akhilam jnanidenna vazhi tonename varada narayanaya namaha. Hey Ananda Chinmaya, consciousness, Bhagavan, O Bhagavan, Ananda Chinmaya, Gopika Ramana, Jnananna Bhavamata Tonaika Venam. That I, the individual I am, should not be there at all. This ahankara, this ego should completely go away. Okay, there should not be any ego. That is a prayer. Jnananna Bhavamata Tonaika Venam. It should not, the notion of I should never come. And if at all I have a notion of I, Tonunnata Akhilam Jnanidanna Vazhi, I should know that I am this whole. I am this whole. Mean I am this Vishwarupa. The whole body of this Brahman or the whole universe is me. That ahanta we are talking here. Okay? Tonunnata Akhilam Jnanidanna. So that I am as a Vishwa, I am the whole cosmic energy as me. I am. When it comes to the individual jivas, it becomes the small I. Okay? And that is the first thing that happens. So from that I-ness, initially it starts with the sattvic quality, the sattva gunam it comes, and from the sattva gunam it starts as a shabdam first. So the vibration of this energy in its vyakti, in individual, individually it starts as sattvic, and the first formation of the energy from its sukshma rupam to sthulam. Okay, not fully sthulam, again you can call it as a madhya jadam or something. So when the sukshma rupam of energy, in its first appearance, it comes out as Shabdam. Okay? Shabdam. And then Sparsham. Then Rupam. Then Rasam. Gandham. Okay? So, this Shabdam, the sound energy, the Sparsham, the touch, Rupam, the seeing, rasam, taste, and the smell. So these are forming from the energy, from the subtle energy, the 5 indriyas are created. Now it's clear, right? So from the energy, which is Sukshma Rupam, from this cosmic energy, in a Vyakti, in an individual, Vyashti or Vyakti, individual, it forms the 5 sense organs. Okay? And then the Rajasic, the Karmendriyas are formed, Vak, Pani, Pada, Payu, Upastha. Okay? And the Pranas, the 5 Pranas, Prana, Apana, Vyana, Udana, Samana. Okay? So this from the energy, this 5 sense organs are formed, and then this combines to form a mind. Okay, and this mind, okay, this mind creates a body. This is the process. So from the same energy, first the indriyas are formed, then a mind, and the mind, as per the gunas, as per the guna of the mind, it forms a body. So in a cosmic sense, if you take, in a cosmic way, we are in the samashti, the subtle energy, from that energy it creates the shabdam, means it first the space is created, and then vayu is created, then fire, agni, and then jalam, apaha, and from there prithvi, the panchabhutas are created. And this panchabhutas are created, and then it starts forming the mahakasha. I mean, from this subtle akasha, it will become, you know, the grossification process which we discussed in our, please refer back to our earlier classes. You will see how the grossification happens, and the mahakasha, and that what is appearing as the 5 big elements to us is created, and from these 5 big elements all the bodies are created, the individual bodies. That is how this shariram, this body or any body, is created from the 5 big elements of the grossified big elements. Okay, the grossified big elements. And in our individually, if you take, the sense organs are the sattvic property of the 5 big elements. The sattvic property or the sattvic guna, the sattva guna of the space is what is the reason for hearing. The sattva guna of vayu, air, with which we are able to touch, feel the touch, the indriyam, sparshanendriyam, no, sparsha, which with the touch, and with the sattvic guna of the fire, which we are able to see, the sattva guna of water, which we are able to taste, the sattva guna of prithvi, which we are able to smell. These are the 5 indriyas, 5 big elements in our body, individual body is the 5 indriyas. Okay, the rajasic of these 5 big elements are our karmendriyas, and the tamasic grossification of the 5 big elements is this hard body, this gross body. So this is how an individual body is created from the 5 big elements, and these 5 big elements are coming from the cosmic energy, and the reason for the formation of all this is the gunas in them. So each body will be as per the gunas. Okay, so each individual is created, each individual, the physical, the mind, etc. are all coming out as per the guna of the jiva. Okay, when it started, no question of when it started. It is cyclic process. There is no starting, stopping. It is anadi. Okay, anadya vidya vasanaya. Okay, it is anadi. So this is the process. This is how the whole creation is happening here from the gunas. So sattvam, rajas, tama iti, these gunaha Prakriti Sambhavaha. Prakriti Sambhavaha. These are all born out of this Prakriti. Okay? And Avyayam Dehinam Dehe Nibadhananti. These they are bound. So each jiva is bound by these gunas. How we are bound? Each mind will have these three gunas. Those who are bound by tamo gunas will have a lot of desires, right? Lot of desires. Kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsaryam. All these gunas are there inside this mind, inside this tamasic product. The tamasic product will have all these gunas. Kama, krodha, lobha, moham, etc. will be there. And because of that, this individual goes through a lot of suffering. Desires are there, not able to fulfill because doesn't want to move away, doesn't want to move from the body. We call it latest, couch potatoes, like that. They don't want to do anything, but moham is there. Okay, this is tamasic quality. Laziness is there, with which doesn't want to work anything, doesn't want to put this body into action. But the desires are unfulfilled, and when this body changes, when its shelf life is over, then the mind which has got lot of desires in some, which is of too much tamasic, it will take a form, maybe a rock. Because see, as an individual, a body is given, energy is given, but doesn't want to move. This body doesn't want to move at all. So the desire is lot of desires, but doesn't want to move. So that can change into a rock, maybe next life. We don't know. Because rock, etc. is said to be more tamasic. Okay. So this is how. Just one example only I gave. Similarly, each jiva, one who is rajasic, will have a lot of action, does to fulfill the desires. This rajasic person puts himself into lot of herself into lot of work, or animals or whoever it is. They work and the desires are still there, and it increases, it becomes more and more desires, then but ready to work. Okay, but the body is incapable of handling it. The desires are increasing, but the body is unable to handle the desires. And there will be a next life which will be more rajasic, and then will do that cycle, that will continues. Sattva guna also is binding. What is sattva guna? Sattva guna is more purity is there. The raga dveshas are very much reduced, controlled, reduced, and there is a lot of quietude has come. Shanti is there, but the total assimilation has not happened yet. Okay, lot of goodness is there, not much selfish. The selfishness is not there, but lot of goodness, refined mind. Okay, want to study Vedanta, want to learn what is there in Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads, etc. Want to have this Atma Jnanam and Atma Anubhavam. Okay, Atma Swarupa Anubhavam. That desire is there. That desire is excellent desire. There is no doubt about it. Right? But that also will be bound. That jiva also will be bound, because a desire is always a desire only. So the mumukshutvam is a must. Okay, we know the sadhana chatushtayam, the fourth qualification that individual need is mumukshutvam. Everyone wants to be free, and for that one does jnanam, one sits in the Vedanta class and understands that is taught in the Vedanta, in Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita, etc., and understands this again and again, but not fully completely assimilated. So it has not fully assimilated, because of which it is not complete. Mano buddhyahankara chittani naham. This is the state of a sadhaka. But last, aham nirvikalpo nirakara rupo vibhutvacha sarvatra sarvendriyanam. Then such, when the whole assimilation is complete, there will be no desire even to be a mumukshu, even to have moksham. The desire to be free, the desire to study more Vedanta also will drop off. Okay? We will explain this in detail in our coming classes. So that desire also will fall off on its own. Okay? Please don't try to do that now. It will be a disaster. So that will happen on its own. Okay, so from our sixth verse we will continue from our next verse. I wanted to do a little bit on sixth also. I think we have touched it, but we will explore deeply in our next class from sixth verse. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Harihi Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu.